This is not really about people, it's really about nature. And you have to find a piece of land which will be undisturbed and where you can be undisturbed for many, many years to come. I will try and read to you a poem. Please remember this is an amateur video symbolizing some thoughts. Farewell to thee now, Columbia's shore. Farewell to thee now, Columbia's shore. Mountains and woodlands, calm and majestic. Prairies and meadows, stirred by faint breezes. Woodbirds in thickets, singing most softly. These their orisons, often neglected, raise up one last time, fair fruit of farewell. Dear fond memories, bounded by forest, calm face of nature, ephemeral mood, wisps of tall grasses, swaying and nodding, silent fieldstone walls, like forgotten roads. To each one of you, fair ambassadors, representatives, iconic emblems, farewell and goodbye, at least for a year. On all your shoulders, imaginary, rest identity, sense of belonging, tokens of country, origins, and home. There are no others speaking conviction, only your witness, wilderness speaking. In pool of silence, drop of melody, among tall grasses, one song of summer. On weathered stone wall, devotee of life, the cricket now sings, proclaiming her soil, championing life, warning of winter, singing of her land, land of waving grass, soil that she knows of, where her life happens. Farewell to you now, small herald of home. Your voice covers field, fades into the trees, yet it speaks for all, from here to far shore, each leaf falling down, others unfurling, flags of spring's morning, of cold summer's eve, silent and watching, dying unnoticed, teaching peacefulness, marking land's limits, yet also showing, tracing life's pathway. Flutter quietly, showing your beauty. Float down in silence, changing the forest. Rest on hard earth grave, weighted under snow. Cherish the new ferns, with warmth rising up. How still stands the land, life's microcosm. Farewell to thee, land, Columbia's child. The stone walls are very much the heart of this place. They have memories, and to those of us who want to build new things, they remind us what is really eternal, on earth that is. I am now inside one of the containers, which has various stories on the wall. Once upon a time in Spain, there was a little bull, and his name was Ferdinand. I think you know this story. And the picture continue all along here, showing the story of Ferdinand, which in a sense is my story. Going all around. This room is the winter exercise room. It allows me to walk up and down in the winter when it is very snowy. And yes, for all I know, he is still sitting there under his tree, smelling the flowers just quietly. He is very happy. And this is the room right here. I realize that building a house is a difficult thing. It is also very expensive. But I hope that many of you will have a chance to see this courtyard house and come up with some ideas of your own. Take what you like, discard the ones you don't like. But remember, It should be your dream, not somebody else's dream, where possible. This place was started out of zero in the forest and built up to what you see now. It took about 5 years, about $320,000, but that's immaterial. You can do it for cheaper. It's not about the money, it's about finding your own vision. Oh, and by the way, these are 20 acres in the middle of Maine, if that means anything. This is the middle inside the tea house by the Zen rock garden. It's very, very simple in here. And the aim is to keep everything simple. Not to have all kinds of decorations. This light here is controlled by a photovoltaic panel on the roof. Just enough light to live by. Very simple. You can hang scrolls from the walls and look out onto the Zen rock garden outside. It is very easy to make another one like it, if you so wish. I realize this place looks rather scruffy, but it has taken a long time to build. I refused to build on mortgage, but as the cash became available, and hopefully the maintenance will be fairly simple on this property. Remember, marriage, mortgage, maintenance, particularly if it's 2 and 3. Keep your maintenance down and use your time to do something else with your life, unless you like mowing grass every Saturday. Finally, I would like to thank Philip Holt and Nancy Maxwell from Homax Construction, Harmony, Maine, for making this place possible and for building everything on the earthwork and carpentry. For Travis Carr for doing all the roofing and the carpentry work, and for many, many other people who have made this thing happen. And especially to my uncle Henry, who helped me to start this whole project from the beginning. If it wasn't for him, this might not have happened. Any comments on this philosophy of building a courtyard house? You can email me at svwatHome@hotmail.com. My name is Stephen. Please, no hate mail, and I would like to hear what you have to say. This dialogue is open to the whole world. Notice how the edge of the field is kept very rectangular. This gives you the effect of living inside a large box of trees. Where possible, materials were brought in locally, although it's true the containers came in from far away. And stones were local, and attention to local conditions were given, especially the slate. This is a slate town in Maine. Sometimes, though, you have to go into a piece of forest and save most of it, but take about a quarter of it and just raise it down to the ground and start from zero. Probably one of the biggest problems people have in building is they try and conform to outside expectations, such as the land, the people, the local ordinances, their family, whatever. Here, I started from zero. I took this cleared land and raised it like Genghis Khan. And that meant that I could deal with this land on my terms, not on someone else's terms. Remember, it's your life, and life is short. And yes, you can do it without ravaging nature too much. I made a compact with nature and left the other 14 acres for it, for as long as I can. But the others was formed this way. On this land, the wild animals are already returning. I have seen foxes hunting, and deer, and various animals, and hopefully in time, everything will be harmonious and peaceful again. Yes, building with containers is perhaps tacky, but I wish to make a statement. There are, after all, many, many containers in this world, and there are many ideas out there to be explored. Above all, we need to learn to live without dependence on the outside electricity. This is an off-grid property, and I hope to keep it as such for most of its life, if not all of its life. And at the end of it all, when I pass away, everything can be taken away by forklift truck, and there will be left a very